Hi everyone. I hope that everyone's okay. And I am trying to see that everything is working properly. It seemed that it wasn't working for a few of you, so I just want to make sure that everything is working fine. If you guys can hear me and see me, can you please say, I can hear you and see you? I'm testing it myself and it's working, so it should be fine. There were major internet issues before, and I did not get a chance to. I mean, what we did is like we jumped on another link, and I don't know if everybody went over. I don't think so because I couldn't see everybody. So I think that was part of the problem. I think some of you are having a hard time getting in right now. So I'm going to keep testing and making sure that you guys can see me. And I'm actually going on Facebook and just making sure that everybody's getting the info. Okay, so Sarah, you just commented. I can see and hear you. Yay, awesome. It's pretty late for you, isn't it, Sarah? Aren't you in Germany right now? That's pretty late. There's commitment there. I feel the commitment. So, and commitment to every single one of you that was here in the afternoon and now is here again to get this awesome content. And my apologies, I did not know that was going to happen, obviously. I feel that it was because we had about 50, close to 60 people on the line and we kind of crashed it. So it's a good problem to have. I'm not complaining. I just decided to, hey, let's do this again. Let's do it right. Let's do it so that I can actually interact with you. When I was thinking into, do I want to do this again? Do I not want to do this again? I was feeling into, I really wanted to answer questions. I really wanted to be able to hear what you guys had to say, hear what you guys wanted from me, and then be able to serve, to give back to you. If I wasn't able to do that, it kind of felt like incomplete to me. So I said, you know what, let's do this again. Let's try to get some of the questions answered so that then I feel that the energy is full and then you guys can get out of this what you signed up for. So there's quite a few on the line already. I'm sure that there's going to be a few more joining in. I have to say something. A few people sure of my goals. So I'm going to be promoting this until the end of the day today because I wanted to get to 200 people. And I think I'm like 7 people away right now from getting to 200. And actually, let me check real quick. I'm 4 people away from getting to 200. And I really wanted to get to 200, not because the numbers matter to me, because that's one of the things that I talked about this afternoon, and I will touch on it again, but because I feel that, you know, it was just kind of like a cool number, kind of like a cool goal for me, and just to see how many people I could serve. I think that's the fun part. And yeah, because I think that's just like a cool thing to do, but not necessarily because it's necessarily important for you to get to your goals. So let me get started here. Let me go into what I had planned to share with you guys. I'm going to go back again and go over the entire thing so that you can actually feel it in order. There's a reason for the order that I put to this, and there's a level of importance that every single one of these pieces has for me and for my clients in the goals that they're achieving themselves. So it's very important that you think about this, that you actually take notes on this. I feel the most important thing of all to think about it for this particular call is that you, like I said before, open up, okay? That you open up to receive what I'm actually saying, not from a place of, I already know that, not from a place of whatever your preconceived notions are. because like I said, we have a lot of ideas and belief as to what will it take to make a business successful, especially at the beginning. There's different stages in business, and it's really interesting how I feel that some of us have compared ourselves with people that are a lot further ahead, or we feel like, when is it going to be my time to make X amount, a month, or whatever the deal is, right? And there's a place for all of those things in business. Right now, we're talking about the first 10K, right? The process that's going to get you to get to the first 10K and to get to consistent 10K months. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been doing for a few months. I've been consistently making 10K for almost 6 months now. It's been quite a ride. I have enjoyed every second of it, and I have grown a lot in the process. I feel that it's one of the things that has allowed me to, last month, double not only my business, so meaning that I double my monthly income in business, but also in cash. And it's allowed me to expand beyond what I thought was possible in such a short period of time. I want you to also have this process, but you can't really receive it if you're coming from a place of, I already know that, or I have all these beliefs and I'm filtering everything with, does this fit with what I believe, or does it not fit? I want you to just leave all of those things at the door for this hour and a half that we're going to have here. And then let's just explore. Let's just explore what this takes us. I know that this is going to take you someplace really wonderful. I know that this is going to take you someplace where you can actually start seeing the possibilities of what's actually right there, right in front of you, and you're just not using the right way. I feel that this is going to be a door for you to step into the things that you need to do right now in order to have your most successful business, okay? So I also want to tell you to stay until the end, because I'm going to reveal 3 bonuses that I'm going to be sharing with people towards the end. One is how to be able to receive an ideal buyer soul download session with me. This is to eliminate really the fear of hearing crickets or I can't afford it ever again, right? Because you don't really have to go through any of that when you have your ideal buyer right in front of you, when you know that it's your soul buyer that's actually right in front of you, right? Your ideal client. Then the second thing is going to be a 10K funnel. So the funnel that I'm going to go over today, I'm going to share with you all of the pieces that you need in order to actually, put together a 10K funnel. It's really super simple. So stay until the end, because I'm going to share with you exactly how I've done it the last few months. This is the same funnel that I used last month. Okay, that got me to 32K in business and 23K in cash. Okay, so it's pretty simple, and you're going to see what I do. But if you stay until the end, I'm going to tell you how you can have this done for you. Okay, so that you don't have to think about all the techie stuff. You don't have to think about, what goes first, what goes next, whatever. We're going to put it all together for you. And then for the third bonus, you're going to have to stay tuned, because I really want to show that at the end. Before I go into anything else, I just want to see where everybody's at. So I'm going to do a little refresh right here in the events page and just see what you guys are up to. I couldn't miss it though. This time actually is better, because earlier was 6 p.m. and dinner time for my daughter. Oh, that's so cute. Very cute. Okay. So there's about 20 of you on the line. Thank you guys for coming back in. Really appreciate it. Only one of you has posted so far. If you guys start hearing anything that you feel, it really deserves a question, that is leaving you confused in any way, or making you feel like, well, how do I really apply that in my business? I'm not talking about everybody else's business. I'm talking about my business. Or I feel this way sometimes and I really don't know what to do. Like, can you help me with that? Whatever the deal is, if this is going to be a full open Q&A for you guys to tell me whatever it is. And I'll be able to answer those questions at the end. So as they come in, don't leave them in your head. Write them down in the comment section. Okay. So I want to share again, I shared this afternoon, but I want to share again this interesting story for those of you that are watching the replay of something that happened to me recently. And I just want to sort of like go back into the idea of the misconceived notions that people have at this particular point before you hit 10K, what it really takes to hit those numbers and how it's being sold. I feel that a lot of the times the idea of what it takes to hit these numbers is being sold incorrectly. So a lot of emphasis is being put on lists and things like that, the website, the brand, all of that stuff, to demand something like a $10,000 fee, that you need to have super expensive photo shoots and be flying all over the world and doing all this crazy stuff. And I like that stuff as much as the next person, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary. And I have proved it time and time again, not only myself, but also my clients. I don't have super expensive, photo shoots all the time or anything. I have like 2 photo shoots, I think, and they're like 2 years old. One is a year and a half old, and those are the pictures that I've been using for this this launch. And the other one is from like the very beginning of my business, and one a year after that. It's been a while, and it's not really necessary. But I want to illustrate it with the story. So I had someone reach out to me about a telesummit, and she was, saying like, all these really wonderful things about me. Oh, you're doing so great. I see your posts all the time, and it would be so great to have you for my telesummit. And I think it's really awesome, all that you've been able to accomplish and all this stuff, and all that good stuff. I had decided a little while ago that I didn't know if I wanted to do telesummits anymore, because it's a strategy that hasn't really worked for me. I have done quite a few at this point. I think it's probably been like 4 or 5. And then I've done quite a few interviews of people. Yeah, like I'll interview you, and you'll get some visibility and all that stuff, and that kind of stuff, to support someone else's business if they feel they want it, they want to interview you. That's really great. I think it's a conversion strategy. It's not the best place to put your energy. If it's something where you're just giving like 30 minutes of your time and getting interviewed, whatever. But if it's something where it's demanding a lot more, I feel that it's not really the best place to put your energy into. That's my very personal opinion that comes from my life experience, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. But she was talking to me, and she asked me all these questions, and out of vanity, because one of my very favorite mentors was actually going to be part of that telesummit, I said, sure, why not? Even though it was something that I just said, I don't think I'm going to do again, but I was, brave enough like to want to do it. And a few minutes later, she said, oh, you don't have 5,000 people on your list? I'm sorry, but that means that you can't do it, right? Or something like that. And I was a little bit like laughing inside, because I kind of felt that coming. I felt that it was going to be the thing that she was going to say. But I let her go with her whole spiel and all that stuff. And then after that, I decided for sure, I'm never doing telesummit. It doesn't matter who it is that is on the telesummit list or whatever. And one of the other reasons why there's 2 reasons why I have actually not agreed with something like a list building as the strategy to go at the very beginning. First, it puts such a big block between you and your goal. For example, I had, I think it was like about 2 years ago, almost to the day, because I started on 11/11. Yeah, 11/11, whatever that year was, 2 years ago. And I put together a telesummit, and the telesummit was 3 months. It took me 3 months to actually hit the, to put everything together, and I was doing mostly everything myself because I didn't have money to be paying someone to be, doing the interviews and the graphics and all that stuff, except for the website pages and stuff, which I had my website designer do it for me. Everything else I did myself. And I did all of that stuff, and it was like a huge gap. So it's like this huge gap between you and your goals. So it's like the promised land, right? Of at the end of this, huge launch. There's going to be hordes of money coming in, right? Yeah. So I had 3 months of, marketing, 1 month, putting it together for 2 months, and nothing came in. I had 150 people on my list, and everything was just like, did not work at all. I didn't convert a single person. I don't think that mindset-wise, I was at the place where I would even know how to convert, but this was the strategy that my mentor was telling me that I should be doing at the time. Building your list, selling to the people on your list and all this stuff, and I was buying into it. So much so that I ended up in quite a bit of a burnout. So after that, I was working for 3 months for 80 hours a week, and then on top of my part-time job that I had to pay the bills. And then on top of that, I had a month of recovery. So that was like 4 months together where I didn't make a single freaking penny from my business. And after all of this work, you can imagine how deflated I was. Okay, it was just about as bad as it could possibly get for me. And I just want you to understand, the reason why I'm telling you the story is because we've all sort of been in the place where we've been taught things that, for whatever, I really honestly don't feel that that mentor necessarily did it on purpose, but she didn't have, like, she was teaching me a strategy that's more for like a mid-level, entrepreneur. Something that I would be doing a little bit from now. Like I'm at mid-level, but I don't even feel like it's something that I would want to do now. It's something that I would want to do maybe like in 6 months or a year from now. And that's like something that can be really beneficial when you have like products and things like that. I don't know. I honestly, the reason why I'm telling you this is because we've all been there. We've all been told all of these things, like to do this, to build your list, to build your website, to, create awesome graphics and do all that stuff. And a lot of it is just a lot of bull crap at this particular point. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's not helpful later. It's just not going to help you now. So my goal with this call today is that I actually give you the things that will help you now. Plus, understanding that this is something that I couldn't have come up myself. I didn't even know that I was going to be talking about this a month ago, but I decided to do this, and I felt like this is just perfect timing, okay? Right now, you have a golden opportunity, okay? A golden opportunity because of the time of the year that it is. You are in the middle right now of the 2 best money-making months in business, okay? December and January. This is perfect timing. Like I said, I couldn't have made this better if I had tried. If I had actually tried and thought about this. I don't think that far ahead, believe me. I don't like planning out my life like that. Okay, if you take advantage of the things that I'm going to be sharing with you today, you're pretty much going to be relaunching your converted new $10,000 a month business at the best time of the year. Okay, Christmas, New Year's Eve, and January. Okay, this is a time when everyone is in massive buying and committing mode. People are actually willing to invest more than any other time of the year. And there's also tax deductions. which I particularly love, because you don't want to have a lot of money to claim when you can actually claim as a deduction. Okay, 2 exceptional months back to back. There's nothing better than this time for you to actually implement this. Okay, it's really, really priceless. Okay, so here's what I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm going to be sharing with you 4 elements. I've already been talking to you about the mindset. I always say that mindset is number 1. Mindset is the thing that's going to get you there. Mindset for me is, I've said this many times, but mindset for me is really 90% of the work, okay? If you don't have the mindset, nothing is really going to work. The reason why I was able to last month alone be able to go from 10K cash to 20K, 23K cash, whatever, I just say 20K, or 15K in business and 30K in business is because of my mindset. Okay, the strategy was the same. The willingness and the openness and the belief was such that nothing could shake me. Okay, nothing could really move my determination to actually get to where I wanted to go. And I feel that's one of the things that is really missing from entrepreneurship, and one of the things that is not really highlighted nearly enough. Or if it's talked about and if it's commented on, it's really commented on from like a perspective that's really, really hard to absorb. So I heard a lot of things all the time, like, you have to make a decision. And I say this all the time. I'm not immune to this. You have to make a decision. You have to, really be committed to your goal. You have to make it non-negotiable, right? But the feeling of it, the feeling of what it actually looks like on the inside, like what are the struggles, what are the things that are actually like, shaking you on the inside, that is actually, it's almost like you screaming like you can't take this anymore, and then you're pushing through that. You're actually, it's almost like, for me, it's like the commitment to your growth. Okay, the growth that I take at every step when I say I'm not going to let go of my dream and actually move past the next step and the next step, and whatever step it comes in front of me, I become a bigger person, I become a better person, I become a more powerful person, not from like a ego perspective where I am actually trying to have dominion over someone else, but more powerful in myself, in my ability to believe that I can do anything that I want. Okay, so really understand that the mindset is like one of the essential pieces. Now there's other 3 pieces, and those are the pieces that I want to dedicate to the rest of this call. Mindset will always be there, but I want you to know that I'm not going to be focusing on it on this session necessarily. It's always going to be there. I'm always going to be talking about it. I am a mindset coach at heart, so you're going to be hearing about it. That's one of the 4 essential pieces. Let me talk to you about the other 3. Okay, the first one is the secret sauce behind my irresistible marketing, or why I was able to make consistent 10K months with Facebook posts and a list of less than 650 people. And worst open rating history. Okay, I really love that. I really do have a horrible open rate in my lists. So yeah, I wish it could get better, and we'll see about that in the near future. But for now, this is where I stand. I had less than 650 people last month because I added about 150 people with the last launch. So you can think that from Facebook marketing with 2 posts and about 500 people on my list, I was able to make consistent 10K months. Last month in particular, I got up to 32,000. Okay, so this is like where you can actually, this particular secret sauce is actually what brings the entire business together into a structure and a foundation that really supports you in a way that makes it unshakable, and it makes it open for growth, and it makes it open for it to be yours. I feel like this is one of the things that is a little bit missing, and like And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people are unhappy. Sometimes my accent does come out. Unhappy with the results from a few perspectives. So not only from the actual results in the income that they're having, but from actually, like, I don't even know if I should be actually doing this. I don't know if this is what I'm meant to be doing. I don't know if this is my purpose and all that stuff. When you have this biz in place, you do trust, because everything is leading you towards that fulfillment inside. What does that mean? Because I was talking to one of my clients earlier. Today's my client's day, so I had a lot of back-to-back calls with my clients. So it was a lot of fun. Doing calls, with you guys, and then calls with my clients. And I was talking to one of them, and she was talking about how the purpose. Like, there's a lot of people that feel that if you don't have the purpose done now, that it's wrong. If it doesn't feel like it's completely done at this particular moment, that that you're in the wrong business or whatever. I don't necessarily agree. I feel that the purpose is actually something that grows. It's not something that is static. So a lot of people have difficulty with really understanding how to use where they're at within using the gifts that they've been given, and using it with the particular person that they're supposed to be working with in order to get closer to that fulfillment of their purpose. I don't know if the thing that I'm doing right now is necessarily the ultimate thing that I'm supposed to be doing. All I know is it's the thing that I'm supposed to be doing right now. I know that I'm fulfilled with shrinking the timeline to my clients, making the goals that they had for years and years go down to a tiny little period of time. So doing it in 30 days as compared to doing it in 2 years or 3 years or however many years that they've been struggling with whatever their issue is, right? I like that. I think that that's very fulfilling at this particular point in time. I don't know what this will bring, but I know that if there's anything after this, it's going to come from this that I'm doing right now, okay? The growth, the development, the ideal client. So the person that I'm working with right now is going to lead me to that next level. That's what I can trust. So this secret sauce is the ideal client, okay? When you're speaking to the person who is really ready to listen now, okay, you can guarantee to make the sale. So the person that's really ready to listen now, not later, not soon, not in January. I had one of my clients, I told the story earlier today. I had one of my clients that she had a couple of people tell her, oh, let's check back in January. Like, let's check back in January and then I'll work with you. And that's like, if you know anything about business, that's like the wrong thing to say, especially at this particular point. You want to have your business done. You want to have your business developed. You want to have your strategy tested at least a month before January, so that when January comes around, like, you can kick ass. You don't want to start in January. You want to start now, so that you can get to January and actually do all those things and actually help all of those people that are willing to invest at that point. Okay, that's when you want to do it, not then. Okay, when you have the ideal client and you actually know who it is that you're speaking to, you can actually speak to them and have them hear you, which I think is really juicy. Okay, the ideal client is the secret sauce. Okay, it's the thing that will help you say the right words. Okay, reach the right people, cut through the noise in the Facebook groups. So part of my strategy is just posting things on Facebook groups. That's all I did to get all of these people, about 200 people. Hopefully there's more. Maybe, let's see. 200, you guys! Yay! I'm so excited. Oh my God, this is huge. Okay, so I said that I was gonna get to 200. I got to 200. Okay, that's the kind of mindset that we're talking about here. So as I was saying, okay, that's what I do. I put things up on Facebook groups. I put things up on Facebook groups. I don't do Facebook ads. I haven't invested in Facebook ads in a while. I don't feel like I need them because I want to have a personal connection as much as I can with the people that I want into these calls, okay? I want them to be able to trust me. And I really feel that it's really hard to make that connection when you're putting it out to a lot of people that you don't have any type of connection with. And it depends how you market, and how you use Facebook ads and all that stuff. But I feel like it's definitely a lot less than what you can get in Facebook groups when they're really targeted and you're there present, and you're there and you have, engaged with people in the group. I think that it's a different thing. But when you have the right ideal client, you can be heard, you can cut through the noise in those groups, okay? This also means that you can post on Facebook and get a client, okay? I've done this time and time again. My clients have done this time and time again, okay? With the right words and speaking to your specific ideal buyer, okay? You can use the right words and convert a sale, okay? You can say the right words and get people into discovery sessions right away. I have one of my clients, which is actually a really funny story. I posted quite a few educational posts, so just posts where I'm, sharing a lot of insights and value. So just giving value. And I posted a few of them, and I think she just went back and read all of them in a row, and it like exploded her brain. It was so funny. Then she was messaging me, oh my God, Sasu, I need to talk to you. I need to, what does this mean? What does this mean? And she would be in this state of oh my God, everything that I've believed is a lie to a certain extent. And she just out of control about it. So we actually ended up working together from just a few simple Facebook posts, okay? Knowing exactly what you say in those Facebook posts makes a huge difference. Okay, that also means that you can make a consistent income. Okay, even if it's just with cold traffic from Facebook, you can put a few posts up, and you can actually guarantee your income to be at the same level or above. You can go higher and higher. You can compound the effects. So I want to just stop here, just very ever so slightly, to tell you a story. And just to ask you a question too, because I asked this earlier, but I think that this is going to be helpful for you guys too, especially for the people in the replay. So a couple of months ago, I bought my first new car. I hope that you read that post, because that was really a huge deal for me. I was just I can't believe that this is actually happening. I've never, ever in a million years had a new car. The other thing behind that is the fact that at the time that I actually committed to making those monthly payments, I had about $500 in the bank. That's all I had, okay? No prospects, no new clients coming in, nothing. But I trusted my business, okay? I trusted my business to provide for me, okay? So I want to ask you, do you trust your business to provide for you before you make those types of investments? Before you can actually say that, you can actually do this, okay? I'm not even going to question, because I trust myself. I trust my business. I trust my ability to make money when I need it. Okay, that's why that's also how I've invested every time. I've invested with David Nagel last year. That's been like a year and a half now. I've invested with my new coach, and all of that was on a limb. On David, I was on a payment plan, and I had the first month's thing, and I'm just like, okay, so I have to figure this out. How am I going to make this happen? And I made it happen. Okay. And with my new coach, I was able to manifest about $15,000 within a month period to be able to pay her, her fee, without prospects, without anything that actually in my universe, or the reality that was showing up at that particular moment was telling me, this is not possible. You're not going to get it. You're not going to do it. But I believe differently. I had the belief in a different way, and that's what made the difference. Okay, that's how I can go from actually trusting myself to do it. And this is part of it. I trust myself because I trust that I have the right things in place. Okay, the ideal client is essential. If you don't have this, it's really hard for you to actually move to that next level and to actually believe that your business can make it at the level that you want. When I implemented the ideal client, when I started really focusing on the ideal client, I really went up in income quite a bit. Okay, so this is a really good thing. And I want to tell you about someone else. So I have one of my clients that we've worked a lot on her ideal client, and we worked a lot on her her language for her ideal client, like how she should be expressing what she has to say for her ideal clients. And she just did an intensive. This is really cool because at midday, in between when the call fell out, she messaged me and she said, "Yay, I have 2 new clients." But these are her numbers. So she had 230 people sign up for her event. She had 24 discovery sessions, okay, that she booked from one event doing this particular thing that I'm teaching you right now, okay? And then she went on to today getting 2 clients, one for 5,000 and one for 1,500. That's pretty freaking cool. That's already way beyond what she thought. And she's totally on track to make, I mean, it's only the 19th, like she will totally hit 10K this month. Okay, this is super, super simple. It's not really difficult when you have the right things in place, okay? This is also the client that went from charging $150 before she started working with me. That's what she was charging, okay? We reworked her offer, which is the next step that I'm going to talk about. We reworked how she actually addresses what she does and how she delivers it. And she was able to charge right away $5,000, okay? That's because she knows how to use it now. She knows how to use it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, I like singing. Do you guys like singing? I like singing. Okay, so here's the next one. What are you doing right now as we speak to invite an empty schedule? Okay, no shows, the disappearing act after the discovery session, and I can afford it people. Okay. I'm going to share with you how to switch this immediately, right now, okay? This has everything to do with what you're actually selling, not speaking to your ideal clients, okay? Because it's not something that they feel that they need to buy now, okay? This is part of the problem, okay? Part of the problem is that you're not offering something that is very specifically defined to support them at this very particular point in time, okay? At this point in their journey, okay? So it's going unheard. So what does this mean? This means that you're speaking to someone that may or may not be specific, but you're not speaking to them at the particular point in their business, career, life, whatever it is that you support them with. And that's making a difference in the way that you're speaking to them, which means that they're not hearing you. They can't hear you because their mind, their heart, their focus is on something completely different. Drink of water. I have to tell you guys, I lost my voice on Sunday, but I was not worried. I know that I was going to get it back. But I still have a tickle. So it's like tickle, 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 you know, the entire like time that I'm speaking. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, so your people, the people that you're meant to work with, they're not valuing what you have to offer, okay? And this has everything to do with 2 particular things. It has to do with your mindset, okay? The fact that you're not valuing the offer for what it really is worth, okay? And it has to do with the strategic, logical ways that you actually put it out there. Meaning that perhaps you're charging maybe a very high fee, but you don't have the system or the strategy to really support that on the back end. And it does make a difference when you're working with people at a high level, that you also deliver at a high level, because that is a conflict. And if you're not delivering at the high level, then it's really hard to really justify those fees. Everything has to be in alignment for it. So that's part of the reason why a lot of people don't value it, because they're not seeing it as something that has that much value. And that has a lot to do with how you put it out there, and also your own mindset about the value of it. Okay, I teach my clients how to speak to their ideal clients through their offer. Okay, so they filter their words through what is so irresistible about their work, what's unique about it, what is very specific about it that can only be their own, right? And when they do that, when they actually start speaking through their offer, so filtering the words through their work, okay, what makes it so irresistible about their work, this eliminates the disappearing act and the I can afford it people, because they will know that it is for them, that is specifically for them, and that's the reason why they need to be there. So I want to give you another example from another one of my clients. I feel that the ideal client for her wasn't as big of a deal. I feel that the bigger deal for her was actually the offer and claiming for herself the things about her that she wasn't really valuing or wasn't really understanding fully that she did. So it was things that she did, but she didn't know that she was actually doing them. And by doing this and offering, speaking to her ideal clients through her offer, through what she now knew that she did for them, okay, she was actually able to turn her business around very quickly. So within 60 days, she started with the first 30 days, she tripled her income in 30 days, which is freaking phenomenal. And then at the end of 60 days, she had made $12K. That's $12,000. And before that, up to that point, I'm pretty certain that this is right, she had made about $1,200 the entire year. So this is huge, okay? This is something that happens quickly, and it happens, it happens quickly. That's the right word. And it happens based on how willing are you to actually let go of all of the beliefs that you had before, and just to allow this to be your new truth, okay? Because that magnificent, awesome woman was actually able to leave behind all of her other thoughts, beliefs of the kind of business that she had to have, or what she believed was true for her at that particular point. She was actually able to make such a huge turnaround very quickly, okay? And I feel like that's really, really important for anybody that wants to have those results. I mean, 10K really doesn't take that long. It took me a really long time. That's why I'm so committed to have you guys do it as quickly as possible. I mean, I love that. I love the fact that I can actually do that for people. I've even been able to have someone do it in the first 30 days of their business, which I feel is really cool. It had everything to do with her, but using my strategy, which was really, really cool. Okay, so let me share with you. Let me have you take a look over my shoulder as I share my entire 32K funnel with you. So this is going to be my emails, my pages. This is what I did that took me from 0 to 10K per month, and then from 10K months to 32K last month. And it took me about 32 hours to put this together. And when you see how simple it is, you're going to see that it doesn't take that long. So let me share with you the page first. And let's go there. I think this is it. Yes. So here's what I did. This is the page. So last month, if you were on last month, this is what I was doing. I was helping people, you know, telling people how I did 13 discovery sessions in 60 minutes. So I had this page. This is the opt-in page. As you see, you click on here and you opt in. Excuse me. Then this was the event page. I removed the video because the video only stays up for a few days. And by the way, the video will stay up until Monday at midnight for you guys. So just keep an eye out for that in case that you want to take additional notes and all that good stuff. So I have this event page. Then I had a couple of, excuse me. I had a couple of posts. So this was the first post that I put up. As you can see, pretty long. I have a allergy to short posts, it seems like. I don't know why, but all of my posts are really, really, really long. And this is like a simple picture of me in Paris in September. Pretty simple. Then I have a second post. And this post, I actually recreated it twice. The second one had a different picture, but it was the same exact content. So I really didn't change the content. I just changed the picture because I felt that the other picture would be more powerful. Then I have a set of 4 emails that I put together. So I had, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. And at the end of the event, I actually turned the same emails into an automated sequence. And as you can see, I still have people signing up. This one was a really good event. So if you want it, you can go and get it. It's on my Facebook page. So there's still 3 people that are part of this sequence, and I can still get discovery sessions from this, which is really awesome. That's all I did, you guys. That's it. This is the entire funnel that I put together. It's not really that complicated. What makes this unique is the offer. So how you're speaking to your ideal clients, how you're filtering your words for your ideal clients and your ideal clients, right? The people that you actually need to speak to, how, at what particular point in their life they are in. It's really, really simple. Okay, this doesn't have to be hard or unrealistic. It's what we make it, okay? And we make it, and what we make it at this particular point of our journey, okay? Plus, the best thing about this, what I really want you to think is about the fact that this compounds over time, okay? Once you start hitting 10K, it actually starts getting faster and faster, and you can compound. That's how I was actually able to hit, you know, double my income last month, which is really wonderful. I mean, and you know, I don't really have words, because this is just like the fact that I have done this, like it feels like, I mean, it feels like a huge leap, and yet it almost feels like the most natural thing in the world. Now that I know how to do it, and now that I can actually, you know, show my clients how to do it too. Okay, so here's the last thing that I want to share with you. I have something that I put together for. It was in the last month I put it together, and it was something that had been calling to me, because I have had conversations with quite a few of you that really want to, you know, work with me, really want to learn how to do this, how to convert your business from not working to working. But it's really challenging for you to actually get to the fees that I'm charging right now. And it almost feels like you have to make a lot of money in order to actually invest, and that almost feels a little bit backwards. It's not. That's how it is in a lot in life, and it actually, you know, the money is there. I honestly do believe that. But for those of you that feel that you want to move ahead now, start making your first or next 10K after one weekend, okay? This month, I am going to have a makeover intensive to make over your business in 48 hours on the 28th and 29th of November in preparation for December and January. Okay. In my intensive workshop, you will receive everything that you need in order to start selling your services the next day. Okay. So you can do this even without a list on the website. In fact, that client that made the 12K, she still doesn't have a website. When I'm telling you that you don't need a website, you don't need a website. Okay, you don't need a list, you don't need a website. What you need is just the ideal client, the offer, the strategy, and the mindset. That's all that you need in order to have a converting business. And this makeover intensive is actually going to cover those 4 aspects so that you can actually be absolutely 100% prepared. Plus, this means that by the end of the weekend, your business will be done, okay, or made over. If you already have a business, like we're going to just give it a little, facelift. Plus, one thing to keep in mind or to clear up here is that this is not a content workshop. So I'm not just going to be talking a lot. Okay, this is not going to be somewhere where you're going to implement later or never. Okay, this is you leaving the weekend with your converting 10K business and ready to sell. Okay, yes, it's that easy. I'm going to do it. I do it with my clients in my private intensives. I'm going to do it with you in a group. Okay, in a small group. One of my clients just put together a webinar following this, and she already, like I told you, got 24 discovery sessions from it. Okay. What can you do? Like, I mean, the question that you should be asking yourself is like, could I convert enough people to hit 10K if I had 19 people, 24 people, 17 people, even 13 people in a discovery session? Would I be able to convert enough people from those conversations, knowing that they are absolutely my ideal client, okay, that I know exactly how to speak to them, and that they're already pretty much pre-sold by the time they actually come to one of your webinars, okay? Could you make 10K in your business? Okay, typically my intensives cost about $5,000. This is going to be only a portion of that. Okay, so I really want you to think about this. Plus, I have 3 little offers, 3 little bonuses for you so that you keep in mind. The first thing is that not only will you understand and actually start creating your ideal client, but for the first 10 people that actually join, they're going to receive an ideal buyer sold download session with me. Okay, so this is like a shortcut, a major shortcut to the full pay sale. So I am going to be not only tapping into your ideal client based on the work that you already did in the workshop, but I'm going to go deeper, make sure that everything is exactly how it needs to be. And we're also going to be, I'm going to be giving you some of the language that you're going to need to use at the very beginning before you actually start understanding how to do this for yourself, okay? So that you can actually get to bypass all of that marketing research, the trial and error, and the target market stuff that you've been sold. You don't need any of that. What you need is this ideal buyer sold download session, and then you're going to get it. Get your 10K in as little as 30 days. It doesn't really need to be that difficult. The second thing is going to be the 10K funnel. Okay, after today, you know, any discovery sessions that come after today and that don't get booked between tomorrow and Saturday, okay, this is going to be a full pay bonus only. That should be telling you that if you're really thinking about this, if you really feel that you want to set up your business before the new year, okay, you really should be considering this, because this is like, you have December to play with it, get to 10K, because it's not going to be like, oh, I'm just going to play with it and not get results. No, you're going to play with it and get results, so that then in January you can compound those effects and make them even bigger, okay? Because you can. That's the thing. You have to believe that you can. If you don't believe it, it's not going to happen, okay? But this funnel, this bonus is going to be the 10K funnel done for you, okay? It's going to be the 10K funnel. It's going to be done within a week, okay? In the workshop, we're going to put together all the content and you're going to write it, like it's going to be done. you're going to give that to us, to me and my team, and we are going to put the techie stuff for you. Plus, I am going to be double checking everything to make sure that everything is precisely how it needs to be. I'm going to read over the content and everything, making sure that everything is like it has converting language in it. Okay. And after today, that's going to be a full pay bonus only. It's that good. And then the third bonus, which is the thing that I am really excited about, which is the reason why I'm only revealing it now. And for those of you that saw it before, I mean, you heard it before because you were here and you actually joined at the end of the, you know, when we had the little bit of a break or whatever, and you jumped on the second link that I gave you. But this is the, don't just stay your first 10K months, make them a steady every month thing bonus, which means that you're going to get the first 30 days of personalized support from me. Okay, what does that mean? You're going to have 4 follow-up group calls for your 10K month every month. Okay, that means that with this bonus, you will get my full support for 30 days so that you can have all of your questions answered. You can move past any obstacles and tweak your setup from the workshop that you're executing in December so that you have the best month in business and so that you're ready to sell again at a higher scale in January, okay? This is huge. People that do just my intensive, they don't get follow-up. They get 1 follow-up call, okay? This is gonna be 4 follow-up calls in a group where I am going to stay there until we answer your questions, okay? To make sure that you are getting the support that you need. And that's one of the reasons why I wanna make this really small. So this is gonna be capped at 10 people too, okay? I wanna make sure that you're getting this, and I also want to, I want to reward people that are fast action takers, okay? So just make sure that you get part of those first 10 people and you're gonna be good, okay? So I just wanna give you a couple of other things before we go into Q&A. Okay, so these are some of the results that my clients have gotten recently, just to give you an idea of what's possible. And most of this has been done within the first 30 days. Okay, so I had a client that went from 150 to 5,000 in a matter of, you know, a couple weeks in getting it. And I had that same client, she went from, you know, having 1 webinar, 230 people sign up, 24 discovery session requests, which is really huge. I had someone that started their business with a 10K month. I had someone that went from 12K in 60 days. Okay, when all of the last year they had $1,200 total. Okay, and I had one client that just in, I think about a week of us working together, she had her first online client. So she had a business offline and she had her first online client, okay, for a kick-ass high-end fee, which is really, really awesome. The list goes on, but I'm not going to bore you with all of that. These are just some of the, you know, really awesome results that some of my clients have gotten recently. Just to give you a little bit of last notes here. There are going to be about 10 discovery sessions available for, you know, the first 10 people that are really, really committed to actually converting their business, okay? This is going to be for today and tomorrow. Yes, there will be more discovery sessions after that, but only tomorrow, not today and tomorrow. Whoever comes, schedules a discovery session today has that extra bonus. The rest of it is going to be full pay bonus, right? And people need to schedule their sessions either tomorrow or Saturday. So Friday or Saturday, and then we'll be good to go, okay? In the discovery sessions, typically, this is not just also, you know, hey, you know, come buy my stuff. That's really great, but not really. What I do is I actually take a very deep look at your business, and I actually tell you where your 10Ks are missing. Okay, so what are the things that are really not working in your business? So whether you end up working with me or not, I think that working with me will be really wonderful, especially with this really special offer. I have never done this before. I don't know if I'm going to ever do it again. I'm really excited about it because it's actually implementing everything that I want for only a portion of the price of what I charge for my services. I think it's really worth it. But you're going to get where the consistent 10K are hiding in your business. So that information, regardless of whether you work with me or not. So consider that. And that's it. Let's get to questions. Let's get to questions. Okay, so let me just go to that page again, because dancing is fun, but if I'm not on the right page, it does not work. So think about this. Questions about the workshop. Questions about anything else, honestly. Just ask me. I'm right here. Someone just messaged me. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Questions. You guys, use me. Meaning that I made $23,000 cash, Mary. So meaning that there's a difference between business and cash. Business means that I made that in contracts. So I had enough, I had $32,000 in new contracts. But what actually came in, because some people were in payment plans, was $23,000 in cash. Okay, do you have any tips for booking more calls? I feel like whenever I offer one, I either attract people who cancel or just can't get anyone on the phone. I think a lot of that is due to people feeling that they're going to be on the call purely to be sold to. I don't use money to market because it's not really what I teach people. So I'm not sure if that's where I'm missing something. You don't have to do that. You don't have to use money in order to market, but there has to be, the discovery session is as much a product as anything else. So you need to be selling the discovery session as much as you're selling whatever. So for example, I just told you guys, hey, you booked the discovery session, and the discovery session is going to tell you where the 10K are missing in your business, right? That means that I'm selling you the discovery session. So whether you actually end up coming and working with me in the workshop, it's really separate. That's a step further than the discovery session. I will, if the workshop is the right fit for you, tell you about the workshop. If not, then I'll tell you about something else. Maybe there's something else that's working. For example, earlier today, I was on the call with someone, and the workshop or private coaching with me was the right fit for her. What she really needed was a tweaking her mindset. And I have a mindset e-course. I only have one e-course. And I told her, hey, this is probably what's actually going to help you. Because that's what she needed. So you need to sell the discovery session, have very specific results that you need to give people in order for them to actually value the discovery session for itself. The other thing is that there's a huge mindset thing going on here, Sarah. I think that you said that I think a lot of people, a lot of that is due to people feeling like they're going to be on a call purely to be sold to. That's what the calls are. So no, that's a mindset thing on your end, my dear. Discovery calls are to be sold to, and it doesn't mean that it has to be slimy or that it has to be icky in any way, but you go there just to explore whether someone is going to be the right fit to work with or not. That's what they are. If you're feeling that way, it's probably because there's something in you that feels icky about selling. Okay, so if there's something in you that feels icky about selling, that's the thing that you need to work on. You need to work on not feeling icky about selling, or what's the deal with you selling that's making you feel icky, so that you can then move on from there. When you don't feel that way, they won't feel that way. And then if they feel that way, you're going to think that that's their problem, not yours. Okay, I don't ever feel that the discovery session is a problem. It feels icky in any way, or I feel that people feel like they're going to be sold to. I only offer things when they. That's another mindset tweak. So for example, like with that example of the lady that came earlier today, I didn't feel that what I am offering privately right now, even though she was very excited about the call and she was very excited about, you know, talking with me and all that stuff, I didn't feel that what I was offering at this particular moment was a fit for her. So I didn't force something on her that felt out of, you know, alignment with her. I only offer to work with her, you know, in this other way that was exactly what she needed. And it's something that's actually a tiny, tiny portion of what my private courses are, because that's what she needed. So part of the problem with like being sold to or feeling like you're selling someone is if perhaps you're even compromising. I don't think that this would be the case necessarily, but if you're feeling that you're compromising and you're just selling to whoever comes along, even when you don't feel that they're the right client. Okay, so if you're only selling to people that you do feel are the right clients, this is not a problem. Okay, this should not be a problem. Any other questions? Let's see. Guys, use me. I mean, use me. I am here. I love questions. Really, really, really. That's why I came back on and I did this event all over again, because I love questions. So if you have something else, hit me up. Hit me up. Or not. I'm rebooting the thing and I don't see anybody else asking. We're really early. There's so many of you on the line. Come on, guys, like, give me something. I am right here for you. I know there's questions. There have to be questions. You're not hitting your goal right now. You want to get to 10K. Ask me questions about that. Okay, so let's see, Mary. How do you know the specifics of your ideal customer if you are like me, just starting out and not much experience working with my ideal customer? So how do you know your ideal customer? There's some clues that come from what you feel called to and who you feel called to help. So I typically start there when I'm working privately with people, but I feel like this is a process that actually takes a lot more than explanation that I can give you right now, because it goes into actually, there's two things. It goes into the offer and it goes into the ideal clients. Sometimes we start with the ideal clients in the intensive. So when I'm doing the intensive workshop, we're very likely going to start with the ideal client because that's typically where we go first. But then sometimes we start with the offer, and the offer meaning like what you're an expert at, and then seeing as to who it is that you want to help. The only problem with the ideal customer is that most of the time, most people keep it very broad. They make it very, very broad, so very general, and that doesn't really help you being able to convert online. So that may work when you're working. I have a client right now that she just moved from a physical business, so like a local business, to an online business. And now having an online business, she has to market completely different. And because she needs to be very specific in order to be heard. When you're going into those Facebook groups and you're not being heard and nobody's actually commenting on your stuff, and I know what that's like, believe me, that's happened to me like a million times. That's because you're not speaking to anyone. So when you're making it to general, it doesn't really work. But if you start from what you're really good at, and then you move into who it is that you feel the most called to help, that's typically a good direction to start. To go deeper into it, you really need to be putting yourself through a process. And that's what I'm going to be doing with people in the workshop. Mainly because I feel that it's really hard for you to do it yourself. It's not something that I was actually able to do for myself. And I feel that you can, but I feel like it's really difficult for you to actually do it for yourself. I think it's one of those things that can take forever. I mean, it took me two and a half years, actually. I was getting results way before I actually had my ideal client down. So that should tell you that that it's something that it can be really difficult, even if you're good. Like with that client that I was just telling you about, she's really good at helping people get their ideal client. She couldn't do it for herself. So I helped her with that. So even if you're really good at doing it for other people, it's really difficult to do it for yourself. So I would say that if you've been in this place of being stuck, and you don't know, and you've been there for more than a month, I would say that you need to seek professional attention. If you need to look at, if you are wondering about the workshop, you can sign up for a discovery session and let me know if I can support you with that. Let me see, so that we can move into that. Yay, more questions. I love it. You guys rock. Okay. Okay. No, that's the same question. Okay, you guys, come on. I know it almost feels like I'm begging, but I really love questions. I really love questions. Okay. And I have 20 minutes that I booked for this. I booked for this, like, you know, at 12, but you know, I rebooked myself an hour and a half for you guys to answer any and all questions. And I feel like I'm getting annoying at this point. Okay, another question. Yay. Okay, let's see. What was the Done For You package you were talking about, and how much is it? So the Done For You package is not something that's done individually. Done For You is when you actually have your converted business. So say that you come into the workshop, okay, and you have your converted business. So in the workshop, we're going to work through all those 4 aspects that you need to have in place in order for your business to be converting, right? So you're going to have all of the emails, you're going to have the funnel done. And the reason why you can have it done is because it's pretty simple. So you can have it done in the weekend. We're going to be doing it that weekend. So you're going to have all of those things set up. And then you have, the package, the Done For You package is the fact that when you have all of the copies, so all of the writing and all of the funnel done, so like the titles for the things, the bullet points, the emails written and all that stuff with the templates that I'm going to give you, you give that to us, and we're going to actually set it up into the funnel for you. So we're going to set up the opt-in page. We're going to set up the opt-in page. We're going to set up the event page. We're going to set up the emails on your email marketing system. So like that, you don't have to think about how am I going to do this? And this is going to be done within a week. Okay, so within a week of the workshop intensive is going to be the weekend of the 28th and the 29th. So that's like a week from now, like a week and a half from now. When that's done, we're going to have that set up for you the week after that, so that you have practically an entire month to convert during Christmas. Okay, so I want you to convert during Christmas. I want you to have a really, really awesome month between December, and then to be ready to use that same funnel with all the information that you're going to have from December to move it into January, so that you can convert even higher. January is going to be a kick-ass month for all of us. Okay, but you have to be ready. You have to be ready for it. So that's what the Done For You package is. It's actually a bonus that's available only up to today. It doesn't matter which payment plan you choose. After tomorrow, if you sign up for a discovery session, it's going to be only if you do the full pay. Okay, and I'm reserving that because I really want you to understand the value of that. The value of it is $1,000. You can't buy it by itself. Okay. That's not something that I will sell by itself, because it's part. It works only if you have the ideal client, the offer, and the mindset attached to it. So it only works with the entire converted system. It doesn't work by itself that well. A lot of people have done webinars and they're not converting. So the only way that this converts really well is with those other pieces in place. Okay, that's why it's awesome. Let's see, I have another comment. What if my ideal clients are not so much on Facebook? For example, mine are artists, musicians, creatives. Can you help people brainstorm what their ideal clients, where their ideal clients hang out online? Thank you so much. How are they not on Facebook? That's my question. I feel that there's plenty of people in all different categories, especially artists, musicians, and creatives, where they actually have a following and they would use Facebook as a marketing tool. So I would challenge you to consider that they are on Facebook. It's more about where on Facebook they are. And can you actually brainstorm where they are? You know, sure, there's ways of finding that. I would consider thinking about looking for groups where they congregate first and then go from there. Okay, you don't have to work with me for that. Like, you know, that's kind of an easy one. The only thing is that once you actually get, this is why I typically, I want to make a clarification here. You can know where they are and they still not hear you if you're not saying the right things. That's what that ideal client, ideal buyer soulmate session is so essential, because you only understand the language that you need to use, and that's the only way that they're going to hear you. Okay, so you can know where they congregate, you can know where they are, and you will still not be able to convert if you don't understand how to market to them specifically. Okay, that's a bigger problem than just understanding where they are. Where they are, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's thousands of you know, entrepreneur groups, and a lot of us are working with entrepreneurs, and I worked, you know, I was marketing my ass off to entrepreneurs during that. That's my email. During that you know, telesummit 2 years ago, I was, you know, marketing my ass off like big time, and it still led to 0 clients because I didn't know what to say to them. So it doesn't really matter if you know where they are. You have to know what to say to them. Otherwise, you're stuck and you're still in the same place. Okay, so just understand that this is very important. Okay, so these strategies are predominantly for an online business. Will they work for a physical business also? I have clients that have physical businesses. I don't think there's an issue. I think that they are definitely better for online businesses, but you don't need to, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a disqualifier, so to speak. So for example, you need to have an offer. If you're serving one person, right? Depends what kind of physical business. I had a conversation with someone a little while ago where she had a yoga studio. It was the only yoga studio in town, and she was serving only group classes. She didn't have any individual classes or anything. And I said that for her ideal client was not as important as the offer and, you know, her schedule management and stuff like that, because she was the only yoga studio in town. Like, she's not going to have a lot of competition. There's really nothing there that she needs to market to that needs to be super, super, super specific. When she gets into one-on-one classes for people, then she needs to understand her ideal client so that she can actually market to her. So it doesn't matter that her business was physical. She can also, you know, use the ideal client, the offer, make it very juicy, right? Understand the mindset that you need to have for it, and you need to have a strategy. All those 4 pieces always need to work. If you have a physical business, something like a yoga or whatever, yoga studio, you can still market online and get people to your physical business. So it really depends what you mean by an online business. If it's just a business that works remotely all the time, or if it's an online business, like online strategies for a physical business, because everybody's online. So you can still find clients online regardless. I think that that's pretty, I think that hopefully that answers your question. But let me know if it doesn't. I know where my ideal clients hang out. Facebook groups, mine too. But I have big visibility issues and really resist posting in groups because I feel like all posts are just the same. I want people to know that I'm genuinely interested in helping them with my posts, but feel like so many appear like that with a hidden agenda, and it feels icky to me. But I also know that I need to get over this block because I can really help people. This is all mindset, Sarah. So it has everything to do with you actually having issues with your own posts. I feel if you're feeling like some people's posts have a hidden agenda, and they feel icky, it's probably because you're very likely criticizing your own posts and thinking that they're icky or that you have a hidden agenda. You have to just get really clear as to what you're doing with a particular post. Have a very clear intention about it. So for example, there's posts where are just value posts for me. I just share education, right? But with those posts, my purpose is to highlight, to help someone get out of like the bubble that they're living in, right? Because I typically like to pop their bubble, right? And then I have the second thing the second intention that I have with that is the fact that I want to highlight myself as the what's that called, like the mentor or the person that if they want help with this particular problem, I'm that person for them if they resonate with what I'm sharing. And then there's posts where I'm just straight up marketing, like the posts that you use to sign up for this, right? And those are okay. And then there's posts where I just post about things that I've enjoyed or things that I've been doing or things that I've been upgrading in my life, like in the Lucky Bitch group or whatever. I have to just be very clear and honest with the intention that I have for those posts and not really judge them. I feel like the problem, and I had all of these problems, by the way, so I know what that feels like, and it just feels horrible. When you get clear and you get over the fact that, that you feel like you're selling to people, and you get more into the fact that you're there in service, if you're not over your own shit, it's really difficult for someone else to get the support that they need. I am more interested in helping you get to your 10K than I am interested in worrying about my own visibility issues. So I get over my stuff so that I can grow as a person, so that I can help you better. If I can grow as a person and get over my own stuff, then I can't help you. And then that means that I haven't done my work in this lifetime. I haven't actually accomplished my goal, and it's very important for me that I help you. So I'll get over my own stuff, okay, to be able to help you, okay? Let me see if I answered this whole thing. All posts are not the same. The problem that they feel like the same is because you are not using the language for your ideal clients. My posts, I don't feel, are like anybody else's posts on Facebook. Not the marketing posts, but the educational posts, because I talk about very specific issues in depth. And it goes really deeply into my ideal client's psyche, so to speak, to really support them there where they need it the most. So I don't think that that's the case. I felt like that before, though, before I started writing the way that I write now. And yes, it doesn't feel great. And that's why when my clients come to me, one of the first things that I have them do is to write very specific Facebook posts using the language for their ideal clients, because that makes a huge difference in how it's being received on the other end. It makes a huge difference. Everything else, I feel like nobody hears that shit. Nobody, which doesn't feel really great either. Is everybody seeing me still or no? Mary said that the screen is frozen and the sound is gone. Can anybody hear me or see me? Please answer back. Anybody? I want to make sure that there's still 7 of you, so I think that I'm still being seen, but I'm not sure. Can you guys just tell me, one of you, that you can hear me or see me? Please. I can't connect. Are you still? Oh no, that's from before. I'm like, no, it's happening again. That is not cool. My boyfriend makes fun of me because I say it's not cool all the time. Because I don't want to say that it sucks. Okay, so can you guys see me or hear me, please? So that I know whether I should be wasting my time or not. Trying to refresh this thing like 20,000 times. I feel like I've answered all the questions. I still have 5 minutes. I'm more than happy to give them to you if you need them and answer any more questions that you may have. Anybody? Anybody? Okay, I'm not getting anybody answering me, so I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I don't think that you can. So I'm going to go, I think. Okay, let me give it another minute. If you guys can hear me, I know that some of you don't want to be visible, but get over that. It's all about growth, remember? If you're not growing, you're not making that money. Believe me, that's more true than you think. So just say, I'm here, I can see you. And I will be able to keep going and answer your questions. But I can't see anybody else. And nobody's commenting. So I don't know if you guys can see me. Oh, Jasmine, I just saw that. So that's coming on now, Jasmine. Here, I'm gonna put it up. So there's 2 options here. So it's going to show up right now if you reload the page again, it's going to be there under the video. It says, click here to schedule your 10K breakthrough session, right? And then there's going to be an email being sent right after this where you will be able to get that too. So that's 2 ways that you can do that. And that's going to take you straight to the application for that. Okay. Anybody else? Any other questions? I have 2 minutes left. Use them or lose them. Okay. Well, for the last 5 of you that have remained after having close to 60 people this morning, this afternoon, and all of that good stuff, I congratulate you for your hardiness and actually staying till the end. Love you guys, really, very truly. I do this because I love this. This is my life. This is the thing that I have, at this point, feel that I need to be doing in order to support the universe in whichever way I can. I want to help you find that feeling again. I feel that it's really difficult to find that feeling if you're not making the money that you should be making for your services. If you're not being valued at the level that you should be valued, if you're not making an impact with your clients the way that you want to make an impact, if your business is not working well, there's a problem. I want to help you solve that problem. So you can go under this video and schedule the discovery session today so that you can have access to the three bonuses, okay? And there's going to be times for tomorrow and there's going to be times for Saturday. So plan on having some time available those 2 days so that you can get that. And I love you. I love you. I want to help you do this thing, okay? At the best time of the year. If you're not doing it now, this is like a missed opportunity. Please consider that this is probably going to be the best opportunity that's been slapped across your face for the longest time ever. Consider that this is the thing that you should be doing right now. I've never come up with something as juicy as this. I don't know if I'm ever going to come up with something as juicy as this. So, mwah, love you guys, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye.